Alright, tonight we're going to be installing some LED headlights in this 2011 Chevy Equinox. This is my second attempt at trying to get some LEDs in this thing. The first attempt, I wasn't able to get the CAN bus canceller under the dust cover. So I got some new LEDs. These ones are manufactured by Partal. And I got a couple of different designs, so we'll take a look at them here in a minute. Alright, we're going to take a quick look at the actual LED bulbs themselves before we perform the installation. Again, these are manufactured by Partal. I've got the 9005, which is the high beam on that 2011 Chevy Equinox, and I've got the H11, which is the low beam on that 2011 Chevy Equinox, okay? And you'll notice that these are very similar in design. This is the S2 series, okay? And it's got the Cree SMD chipset. So the LED itself is manufactured by Cree, and then these ones here have a Bridge Lux Cobb LED in them. Okay, so I've really kind of been investigating the LED chipsets themselves and learning about the differences. They're both 6500 kelvins, which is that sort of bright white, almost borderline blue, desirable LED color that I'm looking for. Okay. These ones here are 40 watts per bulb, so 80 watts per set, and then these ones here are actually 36 watts per bulb, okay? So what we're going to do, before I perform the installation, I actually really just want to hook them up to a battery and see if we can notice any difference in the LEDs sort of side by side, aside from maybe a slight difference in brightness. Let's take a quick look at how they perform outside of the vehicle, and then we'll go ahead and install them, okay? Alright, so I have a little test set up here, but I also thought it would be a good opportunity to show you how the actual plugs work, because it's going to be extremely difficult to shoot in the Equinox. All the GMs actually have this sort of dust cover. You remove the dust cover, reach your hand up in there. It's going to be difficult to show you the actual setup, the clips, okay? So on the actual low beam, you've got the side clips here on the H11, okay? And I'm just going to make sure I match the polarity. And when you remove the bulb, you're going to need to expand those out, okay? So on the high beam, we have a different kind of a clip. It's right here, okay? So we just need to make sure that that's on the outside of the jack. And of course, when you go to remove it, you're going to need to pry up on that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up power to one of these, because I really want to get a feel for the fan noise, or if there is any fan noise, okay? Let's go ahead and try the 80 watt here. Or the 40 watt rather. Okay, I'm sure that's just blinding the camera. And the fan is running, I can feel it. And I can hear it. Okay, that is a super white LED, 6500 Kelvin. Okay, let's go ahead and hook up the other one. They look very similar. Probably whiting out the lens here, but one is no louder than the other, okay? These things are awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and get them installed, and then we'll check it out in the car itself. Okay, to get started, I've got the wheel turned outward on the side that I'm working on. I'm going to use a T20 Torx screwdriver, and we're going to remove this Torx screw right here, okay? Okay, I'm going to turn this counterclockwise and remove it. Okay, now I'm going to angle the wheel inward. It's just going to make it a little easier to get in here. Okay, let me move my light and turn the wheel real quick. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change out the low beam, which is the cover we're looking at right now. It's right there. I'm looking through the viewfinder here. And the high beam is off to the right. And it's pretty much the same type of cover, except it's not as deep, okay? But it's got the same kind of ridges. Now, I did learn by changing out the other side that these bulbs are a little deep, and I'm having a difficult time getting the dust cover on for the high beam only. So the low beam works fine. That's the one we're going to change out, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Let me move the camera and get it situated here. Alright, so we're looking at the cover here. It's going to allow us access to the low beam. I'm going to go ahead and grab a hold of that and turn it counterclockwise. And I realize you can't see much of it here. Okay. You're looking at the halogen bulb right now. Now what I'm going to do is actually remove it, and then we can remove the wires. But this is kind of why I showed you how to remove the cable and the wires outside of the vehicle, because it's going to be difficult to show. Okay, grab a hold of that and turn it counterclockwise. Pull it straight out. Try not to touch the bulb with your fingers, but if you do, it's okay, obviously. Okay, so there's the clip that we looked at earlier. Alright, let me grab my LED here. Alright, on our test terminal, you may recall that we were utilizing side clips. Okay, on this vehicle we're going to use that front facing clip. Okay, now you can see that you've got a notch in the bottom and then in each corner there. And if we look at the light, you can match those notches up. Okay. And you can also look through the front of the lens to help guide yourself too. So, okay, so the wire ends up being on the bottom. You can see that, okay? So to get started, the cable should be up here because you're going to turn it clockwise. Okay, about a quarter of a turn. Alright, now we need to find our terminal and plug it in. Okay, we've got that clip. Let's find the clip on the okay, that's going to help you match up your polarity. Tuck that up in there. Now I hooked this up without the CAN bus canceller, and I didn't throw an error, so we're going to give it a shot like that. On some vehicles you may need a CAN bus canceller, which basically prevents your vehicle from reporting that you have a bulb out. Okay, let's put the dust cover back on. Now look, the process is going to be the same. For the high beam, it's a little more difficult to get at. We definitely aren't going to get it on camera. And this bulb is a little bit deep. I might throw it in just so we can take a look at it outside. And I'm going to have that footage at the end of this video, okay? Let me put this, this one on here. There's also a notch or a little mark on the dust cover that tells you the up position right here. Okay? That's helpful. And then give it a turn clockwise. Alright? Alright, so we're just going to install this in reverse order. Just make sure that you're lining up where the torque screw is, and then spin it until it lines up. And thread it in. Alright, with the passenger side done, you can definitely see a difference in intensity. That's the low beam. The right side is still the halogen. Let me flip it over to high beam here for you. Okay, so my camera doesn't necessarily pick this up that great, but I'll show you how we can see it. And that's by the reflection of the light off my wall. And you can definitely see that the driver's side has that yellow tint to it compared to the bright or blue tint of the passenger side. Okay, hey, thanks for watching. Leave questions and comments below. Check out Partool. These guys make some nice products, and I'll have links down to these products down below. Alright, thanks for watching. Have fun.